another Blu-ray review, and this week I have this week's newest release, I guess you'd say, and it's a Disney title. It's Planes 2 Fire and Rescue. Now, if you have maybe been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I actually really enjoyed Planes, the first movie. I've got it on 3D Blu-ray and I just thought it was so much better than I expected it to be. And I actually prefer it over Cars, you know, the Cars franchise 1 and 2, which now I guess we're going to be getting a third one of. But anyway, I actually preferred the first Planes movie over Cars, and I was like, yes, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. It's fantastic, it looks beautiful, I loved the characters. And so ever since watching Planes, the first movie, I was so excited for Planes 2. And so yeah, I picked it up on release day and I've watched it pretty much straight away because I really was excited to see kind of where they were going to go with it. And you know what, I really enjoyed it. It's a really great film. If you kind of like pass over the Planes movies and don't really think much of them, I definitely recommend giving them a go. They're really enjoyable, and they are done by Disney Toon Studios, who have really upped their game. And the animation is so fantastic, especially in this one, because it's, you know, based around fires and firefighter planes. And some of the animation is just blew me away. It was great. But I do have a few gripes, which I'll just get out of the way first. They didn't release this one in 3D, which is so disappointing because the first one they did, and honestly, it's fantastic in 3D, and I just know that this one had the potential to be just as great on 3D Blu-ray as well, so it's kind of a little bit sad. But putting all that aside, let's get into kind of what I think about the movie. So basically in this one we have Dusty, who of course was in the first one, and he's now like a world champion racer plane. But at the beginning of the movie he has a problem with his gearbox, and basically it means that he can't go as fast as he would be able to usually. So he's kind of, you know, he can't really race because he's only able to go under a certain speed because his gearbox is broken. They're having a lot of problems trying to find another gearbox the same. They can't, because they're out of make. They don't really make them anymore. So he's kind of got to stay under a certain speed limit. And he's obviously like heartbroken about this because he's just become a great racer. That's what he wants to do. It's always what he's wanted to do. And now he's kind of told you can't do that. But this movie does a great example of the whole one door closes, another door opens, and I really liked that about this film. It's basically saying, you don't just have to do one thing, you can kind of do another thing. If something, you know, falls short, then you can try something else. Anyway, so Dusty, through some circumstances which I'll leave out and you can find out when you watch the film, he tries out to be a firefighter plane. And he has to go to this national park to learn to become a firefighter plane. But of course with the gearbox thing he does have some problems along the way. But it's a really interesting film. I really liked the concept, I really liked where they went with it. It's a really nice tribute to firefighters and stuff like that as well, which I thought was really nice. And it looks so good, it looks amazing. Again, once again, they really do a really good job of the animation of this, and the flying scenes are just crazy good, and it's just great. And you also get to meet some new characters in this one. We have Little Dipper, who's a new plane. She's like a firefighter plane. We've got some more of the little, I don't know what they're called, the little forklift truck people. They're cute. But Dottie, who I really loved from the first one, she's still in this one, and some of the old characters from the first one, but they're just not in it as much because obviously he's mostly spends his time at this national park. And it's a great film. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as the first one, but I don't know whether, like I say, it's hard because the first one, I felt the 3D really pushed it over the top for me, that it made it really great, whereas this one, obviously, if I just watched them both as a movie, I'm not sure. I think this one is probably the better movie. I don't know, they're both really great. I couldn't really pick one right now because I've only seen this one once and I've seen the first one quite a lot of times because I really enjoy it. But yeah, it's so great. So, you know, Dusty has to work with the firefighter planes to put out forest fires, pretty much. And it's just, some of the scenes are pretty intense actually, some of the fire scenes, but they just look, I couldn't believe it. It's like, you know, it's a great movie. It definitely takes a different path than the other one. It's definitely, like I say, a bit more intense than the first one, a bit darker, but it's still, you know, still great for kids. But it's just really good. I highly recommend checking out the Planes series if you haven't already. I'd probably give this 4 out of 5 stars. It's a great animation and I kind of hope they continue to do more. Like I say, the animation is top notch and it's a really good story as well. So yeah, I liked the new characters. I liked that they kind of changed up the location, and I liked the fact that they had the whole, you know, Dusty kind of isn't able to fulfill his dreams at the moment, but he's kind of found something else that he's good at and something else that he can do. Yeah, so overall I give this a great thumbs up. I thought it was really good. I recommend you check it out, and I think kids will like it too. Well, it's mostly geared towards kids, but I enjoy the Planes movies. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, so kids are going to love this one, and it kind of gives like a different look at firefighters and stuff, which is great. And yeah, so highly recommend this one. If you liked the first Planes movie, definitely check out this one. If you enjoyed the first one, you're like, I'm not sure whether to get the second one, I definitely recommend this one, because if you enjoyed the first one, I can guarantee you're going to enjoy this one. So don't hesitate, because sometimes, you know, the second's a bit like, meh, but no, in this circumstance, if you liked the first one, go ahead, pick up the second one, and I think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, that's kind of just my review of Planes 2. Let me know down in the comments below, have you seen Planes or Planes 2? What are your thoughts on them? And yeah, thumbs up if you enjoyed this video review, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Keep smiling, peeps. Goodbye!